heard about this, AJ?
No. What's going on? I think I know. I think I might have an idea of who will be throwing gas, though.
We'll make an announcement right now. This man right here will be on the program tomorrow.
Yes.
1:10 Eastern Standard Time.
Boom. Hell yes. Skenes.
Can't wait to talk to Skenes, who went out there against the Cubs and just threw faster than anybody. He's already in the history books now. Had a couple ducks on the paw in the fourth inning, and obviously the Pittsburgh Pirates say, nah, we're not going to let you work yourself out of this. We're actually going to take you out of the game an inning before you could even get a win if this thing was to go on and end it, and maybe throw this splinter throw that nobody else has ever seen and cause double play and get you out of this. But nonetheless, Paul Skenes lit up all of Pittsburgh as a baseball game stole the conversation in the Three River City, because from warm-up where he played Charles Wesley Godwin's Q Country Roads, which is a perfect warm-up song for this particular man in Pittsburgh. I love it even more. But you got people all over Pittsburgh talking about this dude as if he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. You know, they're talking, hey, big countries, he's fucking worth the price of admission. You go down, you'll hear the catcher's mitt pop. You can hear that thing in the fucking outfield. They're saying about this guy. They love him. I think everything went, well, except for the fact that he has a 6.75 ERA now, because when he wasn't pitching, two guys ended up in, he only gave up one run. Yeah. But there was two guys on, you see, when he got pulled. Next pitcher came in, threw underhand. Those two go in. Jeez. Now all of a sudden he gives up 3 and 4. They do the math, because there's 9 innings. So 9 divided by 3, what's that times? 6.75 if he was to play the entire thing. So he has a 6.75 ERA, which is shit. Isn't that shit?
Yeah, it's not going to matter. I mean, one start. If he throws 7 innings, his next start, and doesn't give up any runs, like that thing's going to...
Okay, good. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is a man who can maybe break down how this is going to work for Paul Skenes.
Okay.
I think he's got 24 more games to be played if Sean, the Mayor Casey's numbers were accurate. And I watched this guy play baseball. I'm a baseball program watcher.
Yeah.
Jet passing.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Jet.
Gentlemen, how are you?
I'm fucking great. The truth of
I bet you are. You care about baseball right now. It's unbelievable. Like, I love to see this. Like, there was genuine excitement in your voice about Paul Skenes and about the Pittsburgh Pirates. God bless that man for getting drafted there, because you would not care otherwise.
Amen. And I don't know if it's good for baseball, but I will say for me, it has been a nice added benefit to my life knowing that there's this massive fucking country dude who just started throwing a hundo within like the last 3 years of his life, 4 years of his life, and all he cares about is baseball. We told him about a zoo here in Indianapolis, which is literally right next to the ballpark in which he pitched for the Indianapolis Indians. That's their name, the Indianapolis Indians. There's a zoo right next door. He had no idea the zoo existed. The guy had no fucking idea. We're like, you could literally see the chimpanzee exhibit from the mound, probably, especially with how tall you are. Oh, I didn't even know that. Because all he did was sleep and throw baseballs. Now he's in Pittsburgh, and everybody knows the song and dance. He's going to become great. He's going to go somewhere else. They're going to pay him hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars, and he's going to be a success story. But now that he is a Pirate, I would like to enjoy this, because I feel like we're watching an actual potential history maker here, right? This guy can change the whole fucking sport, potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to go I'm not.
Sean Casey said he could throw 105. Like, he might be able to get to a point where he's throwing 105.
What?
Eventually.
He needs to add some muscle, and then
healthy?
he can.
Is that healthy?
He's not going to throw 105. You don't want him to throw 105.
Yes, I do.
What?
That's what I like.
Don't.
I like balls hit far. I like balls thrown fast. That's what I fucking like. And I feel like one leads to another. And if he's throwing 102, 103, he hasn't even shaped up yet. He hasn't even gotten to that Randy Johnson level of staggering presence up there on it. I mean, it's just like, this guy's good for baseball for me personally, especially because he's a Pirate now, so it's a little bit closer. And I got friends that went to the game and they're like, you should fucking see this guy. Whenever he walks, it's a whole thing. Go ahead.
Pat, here's why he's going to be good for baseball, because over the last 20 or so years, as the starting pitcher has become less and less important in baseball, so we've seen more guys and more innings out of the bullpen. Paul Skenes is a guy who you can look at on your calendar and say, I'm going to watch that guy pitch because I want to see something incredible happen. There's not a lot of appointment viewing when it comes to starting pitchers anymore because, frankly, guys aren't allowed to go complete games. Guys aren't allowed to go past 100 pitches. But this is a guy who went 120 pitches in the College World Series. This is a guy who wants to go deep into the game. This is a guy who throws harder as a starting pitcher than anyone we have ever seen before. And so even if you don't get the 105, you're going to get a consistent 100. And the closest thing I can think is Jacob deGrom. I mean, when deGrom was at his best, when he was going out there, you had to watch it because it was so good. But that was New York. This is a guy who's in Pittsburgh now. And on top of that, they've got Jared Jones in that rotation. And he's not quite Paul Skenes, but he is pretty darn close in terms of watchability. And the Pittsburgh Pirates, all of a sudden, with those two guys, have become one of the most exciting teams to watch in all baseball.
And they woke the bats up too. You know, they woke the bats up. I guess the wood for the Buccos had been off for a snooze for a while. You know, that's why they were 3-13 at one point through a 16-game stretch. But you see that big country fuck throw the ball 102 miles an hour, you can't help but swing harder. And I think that's what's happening over there. Look out, okay?
Whoa.
Look out. The Pittsburgh Pirates.
Boy.
What? You think they're going to...
No. He's from California. You know that, right?
Nah, I went to LSU, listens to Charles Wesley Godwin from West Virginia. Q Country Roads.
Just because a guy's got a mustache and went to LSU does not make him country, does it?
Okay, have you listened to his warm-up song? Have you listened to his warm-up song?
Cowboys out in California,
Have you listened to
some
him
like
talk?
ranchers in Cali.
Yeah.
The Compton Cowboys.
Right here.
Yeah, they ride horses in Compton. I saw that on Amazon Thursday Night Football.
Boom.
Marshawn Lynch was on the back of a pony in Compton.
That's right.
At a ranch. Nonetheless, country must be countrywide, pal, because all you got Paul Skenes listening to is Q Country Roads as he's warming up in the middle of Pittsburgh, this guy. And he just a fucking love ball.
Throwing heat.
Fucking love baseball. That's fucking all he
does.
He's perfect for Pittsburgh. We'll never be able to, if let's say all works out well. Okay?
They trade him soon.
Okay. See, that's what.
Just hold on.
No,
You know what happens, Jet?
they're not going to trade him.
You know what they do?
No, they're not.
They're going to pay him $500 million? How does it work?
No. They won't trade him.
No, they're not going to pay him $500 million. I don't think they're going to trade him, though. I really don't. I think you got when you're the Pittsburgh Pirates and you have the opportunity with a guy like Skenes and with a guy like Jared Jones at the same time coming up, that's a window that's opening. And if Bob Nutting, the owner of that team, does not go out and start spending significant money this offseason to build around those two, I know you can laugh all you want.
He just sold Seven Springs. He's got money right now. He's got money. That's one of the best ski slopes in Tubin Hills in Western Pennsylvania. He just sold it. He's got the money to pay. Bring in Shohei.
All of Western PA.
All Western Pennsylvania.
Oh, man.
Seven Springs is a real deal, brother. Hell yeah. You get up there, you get on tube, you know you're going to have a good day.
No doubt about it.
You know you're going to have a good day up there. Nutting ain't going to spend money, Jet. What do you think this is? What the fuck are you talking about?
I think, look, I think it has to happen at some point. It just has to. Or Major League Baseball should look at owners who don't spend money, and the Major League Baseball Players Association should go and frankly hold them accountable. Because especially if you have this opportunity with two guys like Skenes and Jones, if you ever want to be seen as a real Major League Baseball franchise, then you unequivocally need to step up and act like it when you've got guys like that. And it's on the Pittsburgh Pirates right now to do that. They're getting crowds there. They're going to have people coming to watch those games. They're going to sell their concessions. They're going to sell their park. They're going to do all those things this summer, all the things that they've wanted. The crowds are going to be there.
Baseball.
Go out and reward them, period.
Okay. Amen. I like that a lot. Ty has a question for you. The Zambelli Firework shows are about to be phenomenal.
Top tier.
They might have. What if they have Skenes throw a baseball to hit something like the WrestleMania stage reveal? Paul Skenes stands on the mound, turns around, throws it out to center field. There's like a target, hits it. Zambelli Fireworks show goes.
Just have him throw it into the Allegheny from there. Just have him fucking crow hop and just throw it into the fucking river.
So like he has the strongest arm in all of baseball right now?
I don't know.
I mean, up there.
It's different.
If it's not him, he's one of the 2 or 3 strongest. Mason Miller is probably going to be stronger than that. Mason Miller is the closer for the A's, who's regularly throwing 103 and 104. He's likelier to get to the 105 than Skenes.
I didn't know this fucker existed.
Well, it's because
Who's this?
The A's fucking suck, but this sumbitch is automatic. I mean, if they have a lead, he comes in.
Is ridiculous.
103, 104 miles an hour?
Right down the dick.
Regularly.
I didn't know that existed.
Wow.
What?
Oh, yeah.
He's very good. Hopefully they continue to suck and they'll get rid of him at some point.
Yeah, bring him to the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, maybe.
You got the Hundo boys to first. Let him play 5 innings, pal. Who's the skipper down there in Pittsburgh that I need to motherfuck for this entire thing?
Not Jim Leland.
No, you're damn right. Jim Leland will be on a sing saying, Skenes, do your thing. Let him play 5 innings. Isn't that the thing in baseball?
Okay, can I tell you why that happened? So the reason that Skenes is coming up right now as opposed to the beginning of the season, well, there are a couple of elements to it. Number one, the Pirates didn't really know how he worked. They saw him for 6 2/3 innings last year after he got drafted, and they wanted to understand, after an offseason, how his body is working, what his preparation is, and build him up slowly so that he could spend the majority of the season with the organization in the big leagues and not have to get shut down like Steven Strasburg did or like pitchers have in the past. You remember with Jabba Chamberlain, they would start and stop these guys. Pirates didn't want to do that. And so the idea was to build him up slowly. And Pat, if the most pitches you've thrown over the first 6 weeks of the season is 75, going out there and going past 80, 85 into the 90, 100 range probably isn't the best thing to do. You just need to have some patience in this situation. You're going to see a lot of Paul Skenes starts, and he has been on board with this. Would he have liked to have started with the big league team? Of course. Would he have liked to have thrown every inning with the big league team? Sure, but he understood that this is a progression, and we haven't seen a number 1 pick debut as quickly as Skenes did in decades. Like that is how quickly he ascended, and he looked the part. I mean, the stuff is about as good as you're going to find in Major League Baseball right now. 7
strikeouts, 4 innings, 84 pitches, and gives up 2 runs that he put on, I guess the next pitcher did, so that counts again. I just learned what an ERA is this weekend, too, Jed. I mean,
congratulations. Yeah, that's called an inherited runner. When you bequeath a runner to a relief pitcher, when you leave a runner on base, yes, bequeathed with a TH. When you leave a runner and a relief pitcher inherits it, and you give up an inherited
What's going on here? What's going on?
Did you say? What did you say? Just so I can put this into my Rolodex of words here.
BEQUEATH.
You need to be a little bit better with
the import.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Not what I heard.
Yeah, I heard bequeath.
To leave something to someone else. There you go.
Okay, so he bequeathed. Yes, he bequeathed 2 guys on base, but he could have.
What have I done?
He could have thrown the splinker double play. He doesn't. He doesn't. But this next guy comes in, throws the floater as if it's Rookie of the Year, and all of a sudden those bequeathed guys are in, and now it's on Skenes' ass. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works.
What the hell?
I don't know how that works.